So let me just start this by saying I'm just doing this review really quickly because I haven't had time lately, so I haven't set my lighting up or anything like that. You're just getting natural daylight, so if it doesn't look like it normally looks, I'm sorry. So Alien Covenant is directed by Ridley Scott. It's the next chapter in his Alien prequel series. And this movie is about a group of colonists who get sent out to space to a distant planet to, well, colonize it. And on the way, they receive a distress signal from another planet. Upon investigating this other planet, they decide that it's actually more hospitable, it's more capable of sustaining human life. So they go there to check out the distress signal. And of course, being an Alien movie, bad things happen. They discover a mysterious person who has a bit of a secret that he's harboring, and well, yeah, look, one thing leads to another. There's aliens, shit goes down, and people don't have the best day they've ever had. Now, first of all, let it be said, this movie is more of a sequel to Prometheus than a prequel to Alien. We still, we're getting towards Alien, but if you're going into this expecting the tension and horror and action of the Alien, the first two movies, you're going to be a bit disappointed. This movie is definitely more along the lines of Prometheus in that it's a bit slow to roll its story out. It still leans more towards the science part of science fiction. But that being said, it wasn't too bad. Look, I didn't mind Prometheus. I know the movie had its detractors in a big way, but I thought it was okay. It was a bit of a slow plotting movie, and yeah, like I said, it was very science heavy, but yeah, it was okay. So things I liked about Alien Covenant, well, I mean, it's directed by Ridley Scott. This guy has been around in the industry for so long now. He's done so many amazing films, and this movie looked great. The cinematography, the direction, everything about it, it was a joy to watch. The performances all around were great. Catherine Waterston, who we last saw in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, she was really great as the sort of lead female role in it. Actually, one person who surprised me was Danny McBride. Now, this guy I've only ever seen in sort of kooky comedy roles, and this time around, given some more serious script, he was actually really good. But of course, the standout was definitely Michael Fassbender as not one, but two androids this time. He played one character with a British accent, one character with an American accent, and, these two androids were very different people. And you could always tell who it was, not just by the accent, but there was just something that Fassbender brought to each role that made them distinguishable from each other, and I really dug it. He was very captivating every time he was on screen. But the one thing that did let me down a bit across the spectrum of characters was that I just didn't feel enough for them. I guess it was because we didn't really know that much about who these people were and, where they came from, but I wanted to know a bit more about them. I wanted to sort of connect with them a little bit more, and I really didn't feel as though I did. So this film, it definitely answers a lot of questions that Prometheus left open, but at the same time, it leaves a lot unanswered. Now, I know that there's going to be a couple more movies or so leading up to Alien, and that's fine, but oh man, there were so many questions that I had, which I can't really say too much because they're spoilers, but there were a lot of questions that I left the theater trying to figure out and, trying to theorize things and that. So if you're going into this movie expecting that you're going to be spoon-fed everything, no. I mean, without giving any spoilers away, the one question I really had burning in my mind was, which came first, the alien or the egg? And that was one thing I did like about it, was that, we are getting towards the original Alien now, so we are starting to see some of the staples of the Alien franchise that Prometheus was missing. This time around, we do get to see the egg, we get to see the face hugger, which I love because I love face huggers, we get to see a xenomorph, so we are getting there. But that being said, even though this movie had these things, it didn't really do anything different with them. I mean, the third act, we're retreading that same ground of people stuck on a spaceship with a xenomorph after them. We've seen it before. To its credit though, the film definitely had some pretty violent, disgusting moments that were done largely with practical effects. The movie definitely earns its MA rating, and yeah, there were some scenes that were pretty brutal to watch, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, and it definitely had some of the tension and horror elements that were missing from Prometheus that, you know, we're used to from the Alien films. So it did tick a couple of boxes. But overall, you know, it's not the kind of movie that I'm compelled to rush back to the theaters to see. I'll definitely own it on Blu-ray when it comes out, but probably when it's in the bargain bin section. I mean, I only bought Prometheus a couple of days ago, like, to rewatch it for Alien Covenant. I never owned it. I never felt compelled to watch it again. Like I said, I don't mind it, but it's not the kind of movie I'd sort of, you know, go out of my way to watch again. And I felt a lot of the same feelings with this film. You know, it didn't grab me enough to warrant repeat viewing. So, look, I didn't mind it. It was okay. But that being said, I'm going to give Alien Covenant a 6 out of 10. So if you guys have seen Alien Covenant, what did you think? How are you feeling about these movies, you know, in the large timeline of the Alien franchise? Do you like the direction that they're going with the kind of slower pace? And what were some of the big burning questions that Alien Covenant left open for you that you can't wait to see answered? Drop me some comments either here or on Facebook. All the social media links are in the description below, because I like to talk about movies and I would love to talk about movies with you. I'll catch you next time.
Click subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest movie reviews. Skynet will be taking over any day now, so what have you got to lose? Nyah.